Hi everyone, welcome to EduTap. So I'm your mentor Devanshu and I hope all of you are healthy and preparing well for your upcoming exam. And in the today's session, we are going to discuss the current events for the ESIC 2021 Deputy Director exam. And my dear friends, in this particular session, we will be discussing about the 15 most important MCQs for the current event section of ESIC 2021 Deputy Director exam. And earlier, four different sessions on this particular topic have already been taken, in which we have covered 60 questions until now, and today we are going to discuss the 15 most important MCQs. So before starting the session, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of the lectures. To join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. And my dear friends, I am glad to announce that we are running a big festive offer in which we are offering 40% plus additional 5% off on our courses. And my dear friends, you can also avail the course on the ESIC Deputy Director exam. And while purchasing the course from the portal, please make sure that you are using the code which is FEST, that is FEST, and please make sure that this particular code is only valid from 4th to 7th of October 2021. So I hope that this is very much clear. When you are purchasing the course, please use the code FEST, and this code is only valid from 4th to 7th of October 2021. So now let's move on to the session. Let's get started. So my dear friends, here is the very first question for the day of the today's session on your screen. And the first question says, recently, September 2021, the Union Minister for MSMEs, Shri Narayan Rane, has virtually inaugurated the India Export Initiative and India Exports 2021 portal of India SME Forum in the New Delhi. Okay, so what you are required to do, you are going to tell me in the comment section below that which one of the following is the correct statement regarding the above discussed portal and initiative which is being recently launched by MSME Minister Shri Narayan Rane. Okay, so if we talk about the very first statement, it says that India Exports aims to orient MSMEs free of cost with the objective of focusing on the untapped export potential in existing tariff lines. If we talk about the statement 2, it says that it targets to increase MSME exports by 40% in year 2022, and the statement 3 says the initiative targets 1 lakh plus MSMEs which are desirous of knowing more about exports and hand-holding 30,000 plus MSMEs to start exporting, doubling the base of active exporters. Okay, so all of you are requested to tell me in the comment section below that which of the following statement is correct statement regarding the initiative and the portal which has been recently launched. And my dear friends, the right answer to this particular question is option C, that is both 1 and 3. That means both first and the third statement are correct and the second statement is wrong. And why it is wrong, we are going to discuss this in the upcoming slides. So if we talk about this particular initiative and exports portal, so recently the Ministry of MSME, that is Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India, has come up with the India Export Initiative and India Exports 2021 portal. And my dear friends, what is the reason behind launching this initiative and portal? Because the Government of India wants to explore the untapped potential of the Indian MSMEs and to increase their contribution in the India's GDP. And that is the reason that they have come up with this particular initiative and exports portal. And another good reason behind that is the Government of India wants to make India a global manufacturing powerhouse, and that is once again a reason that they are focusing on MSMEs. And what is the reason behind that? Because in India there are more than 63 million MSMEs, and if you talk about their contribution, then the 40% of the overall India's exports are being contributed by 63 million MSMEs, and apart from that, these 63 million MSMEs also contribute 6.11% of the country's manufacturing GDP and 24.63% of the GDP from the services sector. And that is the reason that Government of India is focusing on these MSMEs in order to make India a global manufacturing powerhouse. So I hope that this is very much clear. And if you talk about the key targets under the export initiative and the portal, then the key targets are that this portal and initiative, under this portal and initiative, 1 lakh plus MSMEs which are desirous of knowing more about exports will be handhold, and apart from that, handholding of 30,000 plus MSMEs will be done in order to start exporting, so that in order to make them ready for start exporting. And that's how the government of India is also trying to double the active exporter base of India. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And if we talk about the India exports, then my dear friends, the key target, the key aim of this particular portal is to untap the export potential of the MSMEs in existing tariff lines. And this portal is also going to support the MSMEs in order to grow the number of exporting MSMEs. That's how we have already discussed that it is going to untap the export potential of these MSMEs, and they are also focusing on increasing the exports. Apart from that, if we talk about the this particular portal, it is also aiming to increase the MSME exports by 50% in 2022. And if we talk about the second statement, it said that this is going to be 40%. That's why the second statement was wrong, and the right answer was both option 1 and 3. And these are some certain other initiatives, as this portal is going to be act as a knowledge base for the exports by Indian MSMEs, and you can go through these particular lines for extra knowledge about this particular portal. And my dear friends, apart from that, this particular initiative and portal is also going to help in achieving, in realizing the dream of Indian Prime Minister and the target which has also been fixed by the government of India to make India a 5 trillion US dollar economy. So I hope that this is very much clear. Now let's move on to the second question of the today's session, which is here on your screen. So if we talk about the second question, it says that recently July 2021, which of the following states has announced to set up first horticultural crop processing unit worth rupees 500 crore? Please tell me in the comment section below that which state has announced to set up this first horticultural crop processing unit. The options are Maharashtra, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. So my dear friends, on these lines, and these particular things are really very much important from the exam point of view, and if we talk about the right answer to this question, then the right answer is option number D, that is Karnataka. So Karnataka is the state which has recently decided to set up its first horticultural crop processing cluster. Okay, and this cluster will be set up in Ramnagar district of Karnataka. And my dear friends, if we talk about this particular horticultural crop processing cluster, then it will be set up with the help of a public-private partnership model and the estimated investment of 500 crore rupees. So I hope that this is very much clear. And apart from that, setting up this cluster is also going to promote the private enterprises to participate in this kind of projects, and that's why the private players will also be given a subsidy of more than 40% under this particular project. So I hope that this is very much clear. And now let's move on to the next question of the today's session. So the question number 3 is here on your screen. So the question number 3 says, recently in the month of September 2021, so it is very recent news, and it says that Ayush Ministry has launched a campaign dash under which it will be distributing the medicinal plant saplings to 75 lakh households across India in 1 year. So my dear friends, here the options are: option A is Vriksharopan, option B is India Green, option C is Ayush Aapke Dwar, and option D is Bharat Harit Mahotsav. So all of you are requested to tell me in the comment section below that which one of the following campaigns has been launched by Ayush Ministry under which it is going to distribute the medicinal plant saplings to 75 lakh households across India. And my dear friends, the right answer to this particular question is option number C, that is Ayush Aapke Dwar. So as we all know that Indian government is commemorating the 75 years of India's independence, and that's why they are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And under this particular celebration, the Ministry of Ayush has launched a campaign, that is Ayush Aapke Dwar, which was launched from Mumbai, Maharashtra. And if we talk about the main aim of this particular campaign, then this particular campaign has been launched in order to distribute the medicinal plant saplings to 75 lakh households across India. And my dear friends, we can easily remember this particular number, the target of 75 lakh, because as we all know that this particular campaign has been launched as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which is commemorating 75 years of India's independence, and that's from this particular number only the target has been fixed to 75 lakh households across India. I hope that this is very much clear. Now let's move on to the next question, which is here on your screen. So the next question says, recently, September 2021, who among the following has assumed the chairmanship of FEMBOSA for 2021-2022? So please tell me in the comment section below that who among the following has assumed the chairmanship of FEMBOSA for 2021 and 2022. The options are Rajiv Kumar, whether it is Mahinda Deshpriya, or it is Dinesh Kumar Thaplia and Sonam Topge. So please tell me in the comment section below that which is the right answer. And my dear friends, the right answer to this particular question is option number D, that is Sonam Topge. So she has assumed the chairmanship of FEMBOSA. And if we talk about Sonam Topge, then the chief election commissioner of Bhutan, who has also assumed the role of new chair of FEMBOSA, and FEMBOSA stands for the Forum of the Election Management Bodies of South Asia. So these appointments are once again really very important from the exam point of view, as some questions can be asked from these particular appointments as well. So my dear friends, now let's move on to the next question of the today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question says, recently in August 2021, the Ministry of Education has roped in which organization to help expand the vocational education in CBSE schools? So please tell me that which one of the following organization has been roped in by Ministry of Education in order to expand the vocational education in CBSE schools. Whether it is option A, that is National Council for Applied Economic Research, or it is option B, that is National Council on Economic Education, or it is option C, that is the All India Council for Technical Education, and whether it is option D, that is National Council for Teacher Education. So once again, if we talk about this particular question, it is important because it is related to the topic of education, and with this particular thing, the Ministry of Education is trying to expand the vocational education in the CBSE schools. And if we talk about the right answer to this particular question, the right answer is option A, that is National Council for Applied Economic Research. So if we talk about this particular National Council for Applied Economic Research is going to help the CBSE schools in identifying the constraints, and they will also prepare solutions and help in the schools in exposing half of the students to the vocational education. And that's how this is important. I hope that this is very much clear. And now let's move on to the next question of the today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question says, recently Niti Aayog with Rocky Mountain Institute of India have launched a Shunya campaign. So this particular campaign, these campaigns are really important, and questions on the basis of these campaigns are really very much important from the exam point of view. And now you are going to tell me in the comment section below that which one of the following is the key objective of Shunya campaign, whether it is to reduce the water pollution in river Ganga, or it is to achieve the target of garbage free India, or it is to decrease the use of fertilizers and pesticides, or it is option D, to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles in the urban delivery segment and create consumer awareness about the benefits of zero pollution delivery. And my dear friends, the questions related to these campaigns are really important, and that's why I'm marking the star here. And if we talk about the right answer to this particular question, the right answer to this question is option D, that is the Shunya campaign aims to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles in the urban delivery segment, and it is also going to create the consumer awareness about the benefits of zero pollution delivery. So if we talk about this particular news article, then Niti Aayog in association with the Rocky Mountain Institute of India support has launched this Shunya campaign, and as the name suggests, it aims for the zero pollution deliveries. And that's why this Shunya campaign has been launched by these two organizations in collaboration. And if we talk about the main aim of this particular campaign, of this particular project, then it is to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles in the urban delivery segment. See, this particular part is really very important, that it mainly concentrates on the urban delivery segment, and it is going to create consumer awareness about the benefits of zero pollution delivery. And if we talk about the urban delivery segment, it comprises of the e-commerce companies, the fleet aggregators, the original equipment manufacturers, and the logistic companies. So I hope that this is very much clear. And apart from that, if we talk about this particular Shunya campaign, then under this particular program, a corporate branding and certification program will also be launched to recognize and promote the industry's efforts which they have taken to towards transitioning to electric vehicles for final mile deliveries. And apart from that, we are also required to track the impact which have been created by this particular project, and that's why for this an online app tracking platform will also be launched by the government. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you, that what was the aim of this particular campaign, what is the name of the campaign, and what are the two organizations which have in collaboration launched this particular campaign. So I hope that this is very much clear. Now let's move on to the next question of the today's session. So the next question is question number 7, and it says, recently August 2021, which of the following state government has launched the Sahajivanam, the social justice department's project for opening support centers for the differently abled people? So here you are required to tell me the name of the state government which has launched this particular project for the differently abled people, whether it is Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana or Kerala. Please answer the question in the comment section below. You are going to tell me the name of the state government which has launched this particular project, that is Sahajivanam. And the right answer to this particular question is option D, that is Kerala. So Kerala is a state government which has launched this particular project, and under this particular project the support centers would be opened for the differently abled people in all the blocks of the Kerala state. And if we talk about these support centers are going to provide assistance, mental support and doorstep delivery of essential services to the differently abled people in order to empower them and in order to provide them major support and all the essential services which are really required by them. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And if we talk about the implementing body of this particular project, this project will be implemented by the social justice department of the Kerala government. So I hope that this is very much clear. Now let's move on to the next question of the today's session, which is here on your screen. So the question number 8 says that recently September 2021, which of the following states has announced to set up India's first Dugong conservation reserve? So my dear friends, every time we always tell you that if anything has happened for the very first time, it becomes important from the exam point of view, and that's why this particular question is important. And you are going to tell me that which state has announced to set up India's first Dugong conservation reserve. Here the options are Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Madhya Pradesh, and the right answer to this particular question is option C, that is Tamil Nadu. So my dear friends, if we talk about this particular thing, then the first Dugong conservation reserve will be built in Park Bay from Adhiramapattinam and to Amapattinam in Tamil Nadu. And if you talk about Dugong, it is also called sea cow, which is also enlisted vulnerable to extinction by the World Conservation Union, and it is the only herbivorous marine mammal on earth that feeds exclusively on seagrass. So my dear friends, the most important thing here is the name of the state where this India's first Dugong conservation reserve will be set up. So I hope that this is very much clear. The key takeaway from this particular news is the name of the state where it is going to be set up, where this Dugong conservation reserve is going to be set up, and I hope that this is very much clear. Now let's move on to the next question of the today's session. So the question number 9 says, name the portal which has been recently launched by the Central Board for the Indirect Taxes and Customs, and it provides free access to information on all the custom procedures and regulatory compliance for nearly 12,000 custom tariff items. So whether it is Daksh portal, whether it is Custompedia, or it is the Business Sathi or Compliance Information Portal, please tell me in the comment section below. See, this is really a very important portal which has been launched by the Central Board for for indirect taxes and customs. And as what this particular portal is going to do, it is going to provide free access. It is going to provide the procedure, all the required information on all the custom procedures. Okay, and if we talk about the right answer to this particular question, the right answer is Compliance Information Portal. So option D is the right answer to this particular question. And if we talk about this particular portal, it has been recently launched by CBIC. And if we talk about the aim, so before discussing the aim, here this is a snippet from this particular portal which has been taken from the portal itself, and here you can see that this particular portal is going to provide the commodity wise general procedures for import as well as export, and whether it is being done through seaport, airport, inland container depots and land custom stations. So all this information regarding these part will be provided by this particular compliance information portal, and that's why it is really important. And it is going to give information on the custom procedures and the compliance requirements for the imports as well as exports. And that's why the aim, if we discuss the aim of this particular portal, the aim of this portal is to provide free access to the information on all custom procedures and regulatory compliances. And apart from that, it is also going to give complete knowledge of all the import and export related requirements for all items which are being covered under the customs tariff. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And here you can locate the different types of custom stations all over India with the color codings which are also being given on this particular map. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the next question of the today's session. So the next question is about the National Highway Authority of India, which has recently in the month of June 2021 mandated the use of drones for the monthly video recording of national highway projects. So basically it has been launched to track. Okay, so now you are required to tell me in the comment section below that which of the following is or are they true regarding these new rules related to the drones for monthly video recording of national highway projects. You are required to quickly go through these particular statements and tell me in the comment section below that which statement is true regarding these new rules. If we talk about the very first statement, it says that contractors and concessionaires should carry out the drone video recording in the presence of team leader of the supervision consultant. The statement B says that these project videos would be uploaded on the Parivahan Seva portal of NHAI, and the statement C says that these videos will also be used during the physical inspection of the projects along with evidence during the dispute resolution process. So if we talk about the right answer to this particular question, if we talk about the statement which are correct and true regarding these new rules, then the right answer to this particular question is option number C, that is A and C. And which one is the wrong statement? Option B is the wrong statement. And why? Because it says that the videos will be uploaded on the Parivahan Seva portal, but it is not there. These videos will be uploaded on Data Lake, on the Data Lake portal of National Highways Authority of India. And my dear friends, if we revise this particular news, it says that NHAI, which is under the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, have recently mandated the use of drones for monthly video recording of the national highway projects. And why it has been done? In order to enhance the transparency, the uniformity, and to leverage the latest technology. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you, and how it is going to help. As my dear friends, these videos which will be recorded will be analyzed by the supervision consultants, and they will be used during the physical inspection of the projects along with the evidence during the dispute resolution process before arbitral tribunals and courts. So I hope that it is very much clear to you that why this particular kind of new rules are really important and what are the important key takeaways. Now let's move on to the next question of the today's session, which is here on your screen. The next question says, recently September 2021, which of the following countries has created a new ministry to deal with the impact of climate change? So once again, really a very important question of the international importance. And please tell me that which country has created the new ministry in order to deal with the impact impact of climate changes. See, especially this particular country has created a ministry in order to deal with the impacts of the changing climate. Okay, and if we talk about the options to this particular question are Belgium, Australia, UAE, and Greece. And my dear friends, the right answer to this particular question is option D, that is Greece. So Greece government has recently created this new ministry which aims, which is being made created specifically in order to deal with the impact of the climate changes. And my dear friends, if we talk about the minister of this particular ministry, then it is Christos Stylianides. Okay, so that is the name of this particular minister. And here some static portion about the Greece is also been given. You can refer to this for the capital as well as currency of the Greece. I hope that this is very much clear. The major important key takeaway from this particular news is the name of the country which has recently created this particular ministry in order to deal with the impact of climate change. So I hope that this is very much clear. And now let's move on to the next question of the today's session. So next question is related to India's first agriculture export facilitation center. So my dear friends, the question says, with the reference to India's first AFEC, recently July 2021 launched in Pune, you are going to tell me in the comment section below, after quickly going through these three statements, that which of the following statements are correct. If we talk about the very first statement, it says that AEFC would help India to achieve the target of Agriculture Export Policy 2018, and the AEFC has been established by MCCIA in association with the NABARD, and the statement C says that it would act as a one-stop destination to provide assistance to the exporters, potential exporters of agri-food products from Maharashtra. So my dear friends, if we talk about the right answer to this particular question, then the right answer is that all these statements are correct as per the India's first agriculture export facilitation center. So my dear friends, as we always tell you, that if there is something which is India's first, it becomes really important from the exam point of view. And this is the very first agriculture export facilitation center which has been launched in Pune, Maharashtra. So if we discuss further this particular export facilitation center, then it has been launched in Pune, Maharashtra, and it has been established by Maharat Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agriculture, MCCIA, and this has been established in association with the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD. So these two things are really very much important, that which two organizations have in collaboration launched this particular India's first agriculture export facilitation center. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. And now let's move on to the next news, the next question of the today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about a really very important project, that is National River Linking Project, which is also known as the National Perspective Plan. And you are going to tell me that which one of the following statement is not correct as per the National Perspective Plan. See, here the keyword in the question is that which statement is not correct. So you are required to eliminate the correct statement and you have to choose the incorrect statement in these particular four options. So please tell me in the comment section below that which statement is incorrect. If we talk about the very first statement, the very first option, it says that it was prepared by the Ministry of Irrigation, which is now the Ministry of Jal Shakti, in August 1980. And under the National Perspective Plan, the National Water Development Agency has identified 30 links. These 16 links are under the peninsular component and 14 are under Himalayan component. So if we talk about the right answer to this particular question, the right answer to this particular question is option D, that is all of the above are correct, as all these statements about the National Perspective Plan are correct. So if we discuss this particular plan in little much more detail, then my dear friends, it was prepared by the Ministry of Irrigation, which is now the Ministry of Jal Shakti, in August 1980. And if we talk about the aim, that why exactly this particular plan was being launched by the Government of India, with this particular plan, the Government of India aims to transfer water from water surplus basins to water deficit basins, that is from water surplus basins to water deficit basins, the excess water will be transferred. That's how it is going to for water resources development through inter-basin transfer of water. That means transferring water from water surplus basins to the water deficit basins. And my dear friends, if we talk about that what exactly is the surplus water, then as per the government, surplus water is the extra water which is available in a river after it meets its humans requirement of irrigation, domestic consumption as well as industries. So that is the actual definition for the extra water as per the government of India. And under this particular plan, the National Water Development Agency has identified 30 links, in which 14 links are under the Himalayan component and the 16 links are under the peninsular component. Here's some important information about the links under the Himalayan component are being given, and apart from that you can also go through these about the peninsular component, as it is being given that under the peninsular component the linking of Mahanadi and Godavari to feed the Krishna, Pennar, Kaveri and Vagi rivers will be taken place, and apart from that the Ken river will also be linked to the Betwa, Parvati, Kalesindh and Chambal rivers. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you, and we are also having the complete list of all these components, which is once again important. That is, in the Himalayan component we have already discussed that there are 14 links which have been identified. In the peninsular component we have identified 16 links which are being given here. Okay, the both Himalayan component and peninsular component are being given here, and I hope that this particular news article is very much clear to all of you. This question is clear to you, and what are the key takeaways? You have also get the fair idea that what are the key takeaways from this particular question. Now let's move on to the next question of the today's session. So the next question says, recently July 2021, Ministry of Tourism has signed MOU with which of the following to strengthen the hospitality and tourism industry of India? See, this particular step has been taken by the Ministry of Tourism in order to strengthen the hospitality and tourism industry of India, and it will definitely going to develop this particular industry in India. And you are going to tell me that with which of the following organizations the memorandum of understanding has been signed by Ministry of Tourism to achieve this particular target. The options are Yatra, Travel Guru, Go IBBO and Make My Trip. So please tell me in the comment section below that which of the following organization, with which organization the Ministry of Tourism has signed this particular MOU. And the right answer to this particular question is option A, that is Yatra. So my dear friends, Ministry of Tourism has recently signed an MOU with the online travel agency, that is Yatra. Okay, and what is the main aim of this? The aim of this particular MOU is to provide extensive visibility to the accommodation units, those units which have already self-certified themselves on the Sathi portal. And here, from here, you are also required to remember the full form of this Sathi portal, that stands for System for Assessment, Awareness and Training for the Hospitality Industry. Okay, and they have also get registered themselves on the National Integrated Database of Hospitality Industry. If we talk about the Sathi, it is an initiative once again from the Ministry of Tourism with the Quality Council of India, which aims to ensure the safety as well as hygiene of the tourists and the workforce which are working in this particular industry. And if we talk about the Nidhi, then once again it is an initiative of the Ministry of Tourism, and it is a digital platform which enables the registration of all the accommodation units. So I hope that this is very much clear. The Ministry of Tourism has signed an MOU with the Yatra. I hope that this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question of the today's session, and this is the last question of the today's session. And please, all of you are requested to answer the question in the comment section below, that which of the following states has recently decided to introduce the agriculture and agronomy in the school syllabus at the state-run schools. So please tell me the name of the state government which has recently decided to introduce the agriculture and agronomy. You have the options before you, that is Karnataka, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Haryana. So my dear friends, Maharashtra is the state which has recently decided to introduce agriculture and agronomy in school syllabus at the state-run schools. So I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. As the Maharashtra is the government, Maharashtrian government has decided to introduce the agriculture and agronomy in the school syllabus at the state-run schools. So my dear friends, that was all from the today's session. If you have liked the session, please give a thumbs up in the comment section below. And if you have any queries, you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in. You can also call us at 814-620-7241. So I hope that today's session was useful and fruitful to all of you. And thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.